Elon Musk, the guy whose new chatbot Grok is now taking over the entire U.S. military. Segment on that coming up a little bit later today. But Elon Musk this week called for the imprisonment of teachers, educators here in the United States if they have the audacity to accurately teach American history. Something that Elon Musk, of course, was not a part of. He's not even a natural-born U.S. citizen. He's South African. Yet he is out here accusing other people of committing treason for educating children. Here's what happened. Elon Musk gets on his failing Twitter social media, and he shares a poll that says this: 45% of students said they'd been taught that America was built on stolen land, while another 22% said they'd heard it from an adult at school. So before I get to Musk's comment, let me read that again so that everybody understands what this poll is actually saying. 45% of students said that they had been taught that America was built on stolen land, while 22% said they'd heard it from an adult at school. You do see the problem with the way that's worded, right? Only 22% said they'd heard it from an adult at school. The adults, by the way, are the teachers. So the 45% who said they'd been taught that are not necessarily saying that we were taught it in school or taught it by a teacher, because only 22% said adults in school had said it, not even taught it, but said it. We heard it. So right off the bat, this poll is not saying what Elon Musk wants people to think it is saying. And that is why, folks, it is always so damn important to read the words the pollsters use. Read the responses that people give. Because it's not always just that bottom line number. It's the phrasing. It's the responses. Okay? Words matter. But Elon Musk said, as he posts this poll, he says this: teaching people to hate America fundamentally destroys patriotism and the desire to defend our country. Such teaching should be viewed as treason, and those who do it imprisoned. Imprisoned. Treason for teaching kids that America was built upon stolen land, which it was. I mean, that's not even debatable, Elon. Historians agree. Statistics agree. There were more than 300 different events, from genocides to forced migrations of indigenous people here in the United States throughout our history. Over 300 instances. We're coming up on our 250th birthday. So if we were to average it out from the founding of the country to today, it's more than one per year that they have experienced. So again, not debatable, not an opinion, factually accurate American history. But I love the fact that this guy, an immigrant into the United States, naturalized citizen, I honestly don't know. But he's like, defend our country. It's not your country, bro. You have another country. We would all love for you to go back to that. I'm not saying that people who become naturalized citizens, of course, cannot call this their country. I'm kind of using the same logic that Republicans are using against the brown people that they're trying to deport in record numbers. Why not apply that to Elon Musk? Oh, because he has money and because he looks white, right? That's right. That's right. So we can't obviously apply their same logic because Elon Musk is a rich white guy. In fact, the richest white guy to ever exist. But how dare he, this mentally disturbed, absolute piece of human garbage, go out there and accuse educators of committing treason? You know, I believe there is something deeply genetically wrong with Elon Musk. And the reason I say that is because I was looking when I pulled up this article, there's a big photo of him. And it's not him doing anything crazy, it's just a photo of him normal. And I'm looking at his face because it's, kind of zoomed in. And when you really look at his face, when he's making a normal face, there's something wrong with him. Like, there's some kind of facial, I don't know if you would call it a deformity, but it's like you look at him and you're like, oh, okay, yeah, something happened to you. And then when you see the way he acts, then you're like, oh yeah, something happened to you. But I think Elon Musk's problems, of which he has many, I think there is something like genetically wrong with him. Like he has some kind of defects that have gone undiagnosed and clearly untreated that have just, caused this condition that he has to snowball. I'm not a medical expert, just a guy, but that is my opinion of that. And I think if you kind of really start to look at him under that lens, I think you'll see it too. But this is unhinged behavior. Of course, my wife is an educator. And basically, Elon Musk is saying if my wife goes out there and does her job, which she doesn't ever say it was built on stolen land. I don't know that any teachers actually say that in class. But basically threatening to imprison my wife. Other members of my family that are educators, other friends that I have that are educators. I have a very large group of teachers in my life. And then, of course, the millions of other people out there that are also educators that are not in my life. And he's threatening them with prison for teaching. This man is insane. And I sincerely hope that the next Democratic president takes a page out of Donald Trump's book and denaturalizes him and deports him out of the United States. They have the ability to do that. They have the authority to do that. And I sincerely hope that they do. I'm not in favor of mass deportations in the least, but I will make an exception for Elon Musk. Farron, given how things are trending, what is your best case scenario for the Democratic Party in regards to the U.S., and what's your realistic scenario? Good. That is quite a question. Best case scenario is obviously Democrats win the House and Senate. Realistic expectations, we're 100% going to take the House and we're going to slim the margins in the Senate. I don't see us taking it all, but I'm also not going to be shocked if we do end up with, maybe a 51-49 split. But the Senate is much harder to flip. The Senate is always, a little tougher to flip one of those seats than it is a House seat. So I don't know, because every year, every election year, there'll be stories like, oh, Democrats are going to do it. No, we ended up not doing it. So I don't put a ton of stock in that. And we're kind of seeing a lot of that already come out, and I don't like it. But I'm not holding my breath on the Senate. The House, I think 30 to 50 seats. I'm thinking 30 to 50 seats is what we're going to flip. And that's not my, best case scenario. That's actually my expectation on that. So I do think we're in for a very great November, but I think the Senate still stays slightly out of reach in this election, unfortunately. Hopefully I'm wrong, but that's kind of the way I see that. Another one here from Scorpio ZA, thank you very much, says, nope, we don't want him. Elon can't be substituted, exchanged, or refunded to according to the terms and conditions of the transfer. He can go to Argentina. He would probably fit right in with some of the folks that have gone to Argentina over the years, right? Actually, as I said yesterday, Venezuela is where we should just send all these people. They can live under Trump's regime there. Thanks for watching, and if you are not already subscribed to the channel, please do so, and do not forget to like and comment and share widely among your friends.